who treats technicians worse? Independent auto repair shops or dealer shops? Now, there are a lot of things that go into this, and I don't think any of us intend to treat anyone poorly. However, I will tell you that dealer cultures tend to have a much faster and higher turnover, and I will tell you that the culture within the dealership, in other words, the belief system itself, is usually highly focused on profit and KPIs. The problem with that is often it leads to a world where we're not really thinking about the person. We're not really thinking about the best interest of the people who work for us. We're not really thinking about the client. We're thinking about the money. We're thinking about that metric that we're supposed to be hitting. Now, look, here's the thing. As a business that is that large can be very difficult to manage. A business that's that large can be very difficult to nurture and keep that culture going over a long period of time. And then you have to hire people, and because there is such high turnover in that world, it's hard to keep that sustainable. And so, I'm not going to tell you that all dealerships are bad or that all dealerships treat their people poorly. Now, independent shops, there's a lot of issues with independent shops too. The thing about an independent shop is oftentimes they work on all makes and models, and the guys who have been working in these independent shops for a number of years don't realize just how complex a scenario like that is. They're used to it. And so when a dealer tech comes into that environment or a new tech comes into that environment, it's very easy for them to be fussed at or them to be ridiculed for not knowing or not being able to achieve the things that everybody else that's been there and working can do. It's almost like everybody looks at them like, what in the world's your deal, dude? Why aren't you getting anything done? It's really because it's a completely different job than what you see the guys in the dealers take. Same with service advisors, right? When we think about these service advisors in the dealership, they have a part guy who looks up the parts. The technician typically looks up the labor, and he just calls and talks to the client. In the independent world, that's very different. Now, most independent shops have much better culture. They have much less toxicity. However, some of them can be far worse than a dealership. They lack professionalism. They lack a lot of the structure that's provided in that dealership world. So it really just depends on one thing. You know what the one thing is? It depends on who the leader is. Because the culture, because the attitude, because the world, the environment that exists in any business is dependent upon the leader. And so if you want to know who treats their people best in the automotive repair world, just look at the leaders. So go find leaders who are treating people well. Go find leaders who act like human beings. Go find leaders who lift up other human beings, who do what's in the best interest of other human beings, because it all starts with the leader. The rest of the team will follow suit, but it all starts with the leader, because if it's not happening in them, it won't happen through them. Y'all have a good one.